What's up, my beautiful Heart Train family? Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to yet another live here on my channel, One Man, Three Hearts. Welcome to all of our OG subscribers, OG members, and all of our new viewers who are joining us for the very first time tonight. My name is Christoph. I am a 41-year-old, fully disabled, quadriplegic, also on life support as a result of a rare genetic condition called myofibrillar myopathy. We thank you all so very much for being here on our platform to help us in our mission to raise awareness and also move myofibrillar myopathy forward. Currently, there is no treatment, no cure, and very little information known about my condition. And so, our hope is to get the conversation started, bring myofibrillar myopathy to the forefront of chronic illness, and hopefully make a change so that we can help those people out there that are living with this extremely rare disease. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Unfortunately, as a result of relapsing yet again with pneumonia, our originally scheduled content for tonight will be moved to next week, the 18th. Tonight, I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update as to what's been going on, as well as inform you of a pretty terrifying situation that happened on the weekend. So I thank you guys for being here tonight. Please, guys, help me to give a nice big shout out to producer Jennifer Cascardo, the producer of One Man Three Hearts platforms, co-content creator, the marketing strategist, genius behind One Man Three Hearts, as well as our live stream moderator that holds it down for us in all of our chats. Guys, please give it up for producer Jennifer Cascardo. I would really appreciate your support in tonight's live if you guys could please like by double tapping your screens or hitting the top right corner three dot drop down menu. We are already at 3 likes. I love to see it. Let's keep that momentum going throughout the rest of tonight's live. You can also support our mission by visiting the support links that are located in the bio description of our homepage, or you can send supers and ruby gifts here directly in the chat. Those are available at the money symbol or also the little gift box that's directly next to the money symbol. Tonight's amazing live is sponsored by Spotlight Victory at 5heartsmerch.com. 5heartsmerch.com is our merch website where you can get yourself some One Man Three Hearts swag and represent for us out in the world, and also help to raise awareness in our mission to move myofibrillar myopathy. That's the number 5heartsmerch.com. That and all of our support links are found in the bio description of our homepage. So we really appreciate all of you guys that visit the website and go out into the world and represent our brand. Good evening, Jennifer. Good evening, good evening. We have snow in the tri-state area. Oh, it started. It hadn't started yet by me, but I'm so happy. I love a good fresh snowfall. It always tends to get old very quickly once the snow gets dirty, but that fresh initial snowfall is always so magical. So, guys, here we are, unfortunately diagnosed with lung pneumonia yet again. Now, producer Jennifer was really suggesting that I reschedule tonight's live altogether and rest just to make sure that I don't overdo it or push myself. But I was trying to tell her that, I think I'm good and I really enjoy being with you guys. It helps when I am dealing with these situations. Now, if I wasn't feeling strong enough, I would cancel, but I figured I wouldn't push myself. I'm not going to go overly, long tonight, but I still wanted to check in with you and see you. And so producer Jennifer agreed. Once, I explained to her that I think that I'm good to go. But, first and foremost, we have to take good care of ourselves. I tell you guys all the time that it's so important to focus on self-care, not to push yourself past your limits. And so I don't want to be a hypocrite and, go against that, but at the same time, I did feel that I was well enough to just come on for little bit, share with you guys what exactly is going on so that you're not in the dark. And then also, like I said, being with you guys, my Heart Train family, is always really good for my spirits. So that's why I'm in bed. I'm making sure that I do take it easy. I've been resting for most of today, just kind of resting my lungs, trying not to overdo the talking or the breathing. So for most of the afternoon, what I do in those moments is I close the cuff to my trach. And I explained to you guys that when I do that, I'm not able to talk. But it does give my lungs a chance to relax, and then the machine kind of is doing all of the work for me in terms of my breathing. So I don't have to work so hard and, burn a lot of energy and calories. What's going on, guys? Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for tonight's update live. Again, I have relapsed for a third time. Pneumonia 3 times since 2025 has started is insane. It's so wild. But I do want to give you guys a little bit of background information and tell you that being ventilator dependent means that I'm also prone to infection and especially things like bronchitis and pneumonia, which is what I'm currently dealing with now. That is because I am breathing technically artificial air. Also, there is a lot of bacteria and germs that can build up in the tubing and just come from the machine in general. So typically anybody that is ventilator dependent is also at risk for pneumonia. Now on top of that, why I am even more at risk is because I'm also a transplant recipient. I'm a recipient of 2 heart transplants and I've had a kidney transplant. Unfortunately, my kidney transplant has since failed after 11 incredible years. God bless my angel donor. And so now I am back on dialysis now for 7 years as I await a second kidney transplant. Producer Jennifer, yes. So producer Jennifer is asking if those are my lung x-rays on tonight's thumbnail. And the answer is yes. That is actually an x-ray that was taken yesterday when I went to the hospital to kind of figure out what was going on. So you guys can see what my lungs look like in real time, and you can also see how deformed my spine is as a result of my scoliosis, which is another cause of my condition, myofibrillar myopathy. Now, over the weekend, believe it or not, producer Jennifer actually had picked up on the fact that I sounded pretty congested. And even on Sunday night, while we were just discussing and preparing ourselves for the week, she said to me, Chris, are you sure you don't need to take a few minutes to suction? You sound really bubbly and congested in your lungs. To which I responded, no, I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. Again, just like we talked about with the seasonal depression, I was in denial. And it's always helpful to have an outside perspective or another set of eyes to point out things for you. Because in my case, this is something that I live with and I go through every day. So it may be hard, even though I'm really good at listening to my body, I know my body really well. It also can, we adapt to things and things can be pretty subtle. And for us, we might miss something, whereas somebody else who doesn't spend so much time with us or see us every day is able to say, something's a little off here. We got to change this. So, yesterday, shortly after coming home from my dialysis treatment, I had to suction, which I usually do after my treatments, and when my caregiver came in to suction me, we noticed in my suction tubing that my secretions were discolored, also had a little bit of blood, and a lot thicker than usual. There were little chunks that almost seemed as if I had aspirated food, which we found out later was not the case, but that, as you can imagine, was very concerning. Typically, I don't see things show up in my secretions. My secretions are usually clear or white, if anything. So once I see any kind of discoloration or abnormalities, I know that it's time to go get checked out. Yes, thank you. Producer Jennifer is letting the chat know that should you guys be interested in donating a kidney as the ultimate act of human benevolence, then you guys can email me at oneman3hearts@gmail.com for organ donation considerations. I'll be happy to send you the intake form, which is a short questionnaire just to see if you are eligible to donate. So, yesterday, after noticing that my secretions were discolored and had a little tinge of blood, I called my mom just to let her know that I was going to be heading over to the emergency room, to which she agreed. She met me there and called my infectious disease doctor on the way, and he agreed as well that I should head directly to the emergency room. Now, what was a little different this time around is that I didn't have any chills or fever, which the last two times, as you may remember, was kind of the signal to let me know that something was wrong. This time, I was actually feeling pretty fine, aside from noticing that my secretions were really, really off. So I went to the emergency room. Guys, I'm sure you can imagine the scene over there, being that we are at the height of flu season, and for whatever reason, this year there are so many different respiratory illnesses going around, all different kinds of infections. So many people are sick, so the emergency room was quite packed. One deterrent that I noticed for me personally going to the ER is that wait time. Sometimes depending on where you can go, I have spent, overnight, even like days, waiting in the emergency room for a bed to become available. Thankfully, yesterday, the medical team at the hospital that I went to was really, really accommodating. They noticed my situation and also realized that it probably would be worse for me to be waiting in the waiting room around all of those sick people. Again, being that I am a heart transplant and kidney transplant recipient, I am on high doses of medication that make me severely immunocompromised. Just to explain a little bit why that is, so as I have foreign organs in my body picks up on that and will make attempts to try to fight off or destroy those organs, realizing that they're not mine. And so I am on high doses of anti rejection medication that lowers my white blood cells down to a safe point so that my body does not attack the transplanted organs. Again, that's something that I never knew before I myself became a transplant recipient, and I find it really remarkable the way the body works and the way that the medical community is able to navigate those types of things. So while my anti rejection is vital in terms of protecting my transplanted organs, it also puts me at high risk for getting other viruses and infections because my immune system is so lowered. So that's how immunocompromisation works with transplanted patients. So again, the reason for my explaining that is because yesterday when I went into the hospital, the doctors did not want me, or the whole medical team did not want me to wait out in the waiting room too long, because then I could potentially catch something from somebody else out there. So I was really appreciative that they were able to get me back into a room pretty quickly. Our relationship. Our relationship says wait times at the ER can be excessive and subject us to more virus bacteria. Absolutely, absolutely. So happy that their staff was vigilant and took proper steps to safeguard you. Thank you. Yes, I was very grateful for that as well. I was placed in a room in the back, and I did not have to wait too long before the nurse came in to assess me. They did a little triage, took my vitals, found out what exactly was going on with me, what I was dealing with, and when I explained to them, the pneumonia and everything, they knew right away that they had to get me seen quickly by the doctor just because for me, again, being immunocompromised, my situation can escalate in just a matter of hours. So, whereas somebody else, it may take them a couple days to really have full blown symptoms, I can go from a low grade temperature to like a high 103 in just 2, 3 hours. So, once I explained to her what was going on, she got the doctor right in to see me. Our relationship, welcome, welcome. Guys, please don't forget to show some love here in the live by double tapping your screens. You can like the live also by hitting that top right corner 3 dot drop down menu. I really appreciate you guys being here. And also don't forget to show some love through supers and the Ruby gifts here on our channel. So I am in the room now, back in the emergency room. My mom had met me there, so my caregiver and my mom were both with me. And the doctor came in and did his assessment. He was really, really patient with me. He was also very thorough. He went through my entire history with me just to kind of get familiar with my story and my journey. Also, this hospital that I went to yesterday is not my typical primary hospital that I go to. The reason that I went to this hospital, one, is because it's closer. The other one is across the bridge in the city. And also, we were talking about the weight room nightmare. The weight room at this hospital that I was at yesterday is much, much more, we'll say, not as intense. And the one in the city, that's where you can really expect to wait at least overnight or maybe even a couple days just because it's so high volume. And because of that, I tend to avoid it during the flu season because, I just know that the chances of me getting even something worse is much higher at the hospital in the city. So if I'm able to avoid having to go, which I try to do with like everyday typical viruses or whatever, if it was something more serious or something, let's say that I didn't really necessarily know what was going on, I had a feeling that this was probably pneumonia or some variation. But if it was something that I didn't know what I was dealing with, then I would go to the city and, wait for my regular team. Now, the other thing that I appreciated is that the doctor that I saw yesterday stayed in contact with my regular infectious disease doctor. Now, that is actually, believe it or not, funny story. He's actually the father of a really good friend of mine that I went to high school with. And now he's my infectious disease doctor. And he is always very accommodating. He always takes my calls, no matter what time of day. And he also is very open to discussing my case with other physicians. So he was kind of giving his recommendations in terms of how to treat me, what antibiotics I should be on, and things like that. Now, When the doctor yesterday, I will say I do have a little bit of a bone to pick with him. Yesterday, after I explained to him what was going on, I actually brought the canister that was holding my secretions just to show him what I was talking about. I also had taken some pictures on my phone just in case, but he had set me up for a bunch of testing. He explained that again because there was such a high volume of patients waiting to be seen and they were already in the emergency room that it might take some time, and that was probably the longest part yesterday, was waiting to get the actual test done. I'm also a really difficult stick, so getting in an IV, that was quite the ordeal. I think they had to stick me 4 times before they eventually got it. And then I was sent for additional blood work. I had a chest x ray done, and then I came back to the room. Now, shortly after getting my x ray done, my nurse came in and clearly was visibly panicked, and she had a couple of other staff members with her, and she said, "The doctor would like us to rush you for a chest CT because something came up on your x ray and he just wants to get a better look." I wish he would have come in and explained to me what he saw, because obviously your mind starts to run away with you and you immediately go into a panic state, starting to think the worst. I'm starting to imagine, do I have a pulmonary embolism? Is there some sort of mass or tumor that they saw on the x ray? What could this be? And so the whole time as I was going for this test, I'm trying to, poke and prod the staff members. They naturally can't tell me anything. They can't divulge any information, but I was still trying my best to get it out of them and find out, like, what did the doctor see? Um, the CAT scan itself, it took about 5 minutes, and it really wasn't that involved. The thing is that again, because there were so many people that were getting tests and currently in the ER, it took about an hour and a half or 2 hours for us to finally get the results back. And so you can imagine that whole time I'm in the room, I'm checking my app, my chart to see if the results are there, because I was like, I can't wait for the doctor. I'm asking my caregiver if he can go and get the nurse, and she still was telling me that she couldn't elaborate or update on anything. Thankfully, guys, when the doctor finally came into the room, he was like, we found pneumonia in your lungs once again. And I'm saying to him, well, can you tell me why we went for the chest CT? He said, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw the pneumonia and I just wanted to double check that it wasn't atelectasis. And I'm, again, you could have told me that. You could have come in and settled my nerves and said, hey, listen, I see a little pneumonia in your lungs. I want to send you for a chest CT just to double check and make sure that it's not anything more serious. So that was my only qualm with yesterday's visit, is that I wish they didn't put me through all of that unnecessary panic and anxiety. So again, once he confirmed that it was the pneumonia, he got back on the phone with my infectious disease doctor. They settled on a regime for my antibiotics, and I will once again be receiving antibiotics at dialysis following my treatment. Now, thank God they offer that at my dialysis treatments, because then I can avoid a hospital admission. Yesterday, the doctor was trying to admit me just because, again, not being familiar with my care and my medical situation, I can appear very scary on paper and even in person. And so the doctor was a little nervous about letting me go home. But after speaking to my infectious disease doctor and hearing that this is something that we have done in the past, he felt a little bit better about it. So I'm really grateful that I am able to get those antibiotics at dialysis and I don't actually have to be admitted to the hospital because, like I said, again, being in the hospital this time of year is more dangerous for me than helpful. Now, guys, let's talk about what happened over the weekend. Okay? So now, if you remember, I saw all of you last on Sunday mornings live at 11 a.m. for our weekly empowerment. We were discussing seasonal depression. If you happen to miss that live, it's a really, really good one, especially if you are somebody that suffers from SAD. You guys can go back and check that out. It's now posted in our One Man, Three Hearts Alive Lives playlist. All of our previous lives can be found in our One Man, Three Hearts Alive Lives playlist. Be sure to activate the live chat replay when you watch so that you can read your fellow passenger comments in the chat and also feel like you're watching in real time. Oh, Laura! Hello, how are you? Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of an update about my health situation and where I'm at. Unfortunately, Laura, I have relapsed yet again with pneumonia bronchitis for the third time this year. Whew. So Sunday, I connected with producer Jennifer shortly after our live. We were just discussing things and getting ourselves aligned for the week. And then I was preparing to get ready to enjoy Super Bowl. I took a nice shower. I got myself all cozied up. I was getting ready to have dinner. I made my way out into the living room. And my caregiver had to step out for just a few minutes. I had a little bit of, when you just have a gut feeling that something is off, and you can't necessarily put your finger on it. I was feeling a little bit uneasy, and so I asked my caregiver to just double check the connections to my ventilator, particularly to the connection that connects to my neck here, because sometimes if that's a little loose, depending on my movement, it could come detached. So before he stepped out, I asked him to check, and then he placed my phone in my hands in such a way that I'm able to use it. As he stepped out the door, I called my brother. The two of us were just talking about the game, placing our bets, making our predictions for what was going to happen. And next thing I knew, all of a sudden, I was not feeling any air coming through my tube. And I immediately knew that for those of you that were here on the live stream a few months ago, when my trach tubing got disconnected from the ventilator and producer Jennifer had to call to save my life, the same thing happened again on Sunday night in the first opening minutes of the Super Bowl game. Guys, all I have to say is I was not live, but thank God I had placed my phone in my hands so that I could call my caregiver. I am terrified to think what would have happened had I not had my phone accessible at that time. Oh, Laura, sadly, I was rooting for the Chiefs. But I'm happy for the Eagles, because the Chiefs have had their time, and I think that the Eagles deserve to shine. Stop and smile. How are you, Shady Lick? What's up? How are you guys? Shady Lick, man, the trauma, the fear. I was so terrified in that moment, and I really, really did not think that I was going to make it this time because when I called my caregiver, obviously he knew that this was an emergency, but it was going to take him some time to make his way back. Um, he stayed on the phone with me, even though I wasn't able to speak or say anything. He could tell. So initially, he thought maybe I was just calling to, like, I don't know, ask him to pick up something. But once he realized I wasn't speaking and he could hear me gurgling on the phone, he knew that it was an emergency. And I could hear the panic in him trying to get back to me. Go Leafs go, you're good. You're good, you're good. Trust me, you are right on time. So go Leafs go. Just to let you guys know and anybody else that's just joining us, I'm just updating you on what has happened to me. I have relapsed with pneumonia bronchitis again. Back on antibiotics, and right now I'm just explaining what happened on Sunday night as I started watching the Super Bowl on the phone with my brother. My vent tubing got disconnected. Once again, my caregiver had stepped out, and so I was left in a situation where I was not able to breathe, and I could not reconnect the tubing myself just because I'm not strong enough. I think when that happens, one of the eeriest things in those moments is when everything around me is still going on. So, the football game is still playing and I'm like suffocating in real time. My vision is starting to get blurred and I feel myself starting to go. I'm starting to slip away and potentially pass out. And you hear, the game going, the cheering, the announcers. It's just a very unsettling and eerie feeling. Yes, Shady Lake, it did. So for those of you that were not present or did not see the live stream where Jennifer saved my life when this exact scenario happened, you guys can go back in our playlist. That's entitled Live Stream Moderator Saves Traked Quadriplegic from Suffocating. So if you guys want to, if it's not too much, it is sensitive content, so I will warn you in that regard. But if you are okay with watching and are curious to see what that was like, then you can check out that live stream. Again, producer Jennifer, thank you so much. I owe you my life. I really appreciate your quick thinking and quick actions to help me in that moment. But yes, this lasted, I want to say, about 15 or 20 minutes or so. Um, Again, I made the mistake. Not again. I made the mistake initially when I realized that the tubing had disconnected of starting to panic, and so I was using up a lot of oxygen in that moment. And as soon as I realized that that's what was happening, I tried to like settle down and tell myself, okay, Chris, you're only making this worse by getting agitated and getting yourself all worked up. So that's when I tell you guys that the power of the mind is really, really plays such a major role. I had to do everything that I could to just settle my thoughts down, be still, focus on my breathing, and keep my composure. Otherwise, I was only going to make the situation worse and potentially pass out even quicker. Shady Lake, thank you. So that's a perfect transition. Um, my caregiver, once he got back, you guys can imagine the overwhelming relief that overcame me in that moment just to know, like, oh my God, yes, I'm safe. And I was just starting to lose consciousness as he reconnected the ventilator. I felt a surge of air and, like, my life came back into me. Uh, he had, he was like getting, making sure everything was okay, settling me in, and I called producer Jennifer and just hysterical crying. Like I don't even think I said like hello or a few words before I was like, Jennifer, I almost died again, and I just like couldn't get my words out. And poor Jennifer's like, wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? I just spoke to you. I thought you were fine, Chris. Like, and she was so amazing, as she always is, and just keeping my emotions in check, settling me down, making me realize, like, okay, everything's okay. She even got me to laugh within, like, the first few minutes of me talking to her, too, which is always great in those moments. So, yeah, I didn't sleep at all on Sunday night. Naturally, I was really nervous and very anxious. Kept thinking to myself, oh my God. And then I also had a lot of anger and frustration because this just should not be. Like, the fact that my vent tubing has come off twice in a situation where my caregiver wasn't around to help me, and it's also happened other times where thankfully someone was around to notice, but I was just very confused, very upset why this is even occurring. And so the first thing on Monday morning, I placed a call to the company that supplies my ventilator, and I told them that, listen, I'm about to take legal action against you guys. This is not okay. This is twice now that I could have passed away due to your equipment malfunctioning. And it is beyond unacceptable. Well, I'll tell you, as soon as I mentioned bringing this to a lawsuit, I was being informed that I was going to have a respiratory therapist here within a day, that they were not going to leave until they solved the situation. They were going to look into this thoroughly. Then that's exactly what they did. They came by today. Thankfully, it was somebody that I've built a friendship with over the many years. I've been Drake now 14 years. Levithia, my middle spoon, how are you? Good to see you. Anonym Jet is here too. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Guys, welcome. I'm just updating you guys on my health as well as a recent health scare that happened over the weekend. So I am now with pneumonia bronchitis again for the third time this year. And unfortunately, on Sunday evening, my vent tubing disconnected yet again, causing me to almost suffocate. Oh, Livithia, I love it. I'm so happy to see you, honey. I hope you're feeling well. Shady Lick, yes. So it wasn't the vent, it was the tubing that connects the vent. So you see this tubing that is coming from my neck right now? This tube itself connects to the vent. Now, the other end that actually directly connects to the vent is the part that keeps coming loose. Go Leafs, go! Thank you for pointing that out. But we've tried several different things, and it hasn't really. We have not found a solution yet. Because it's really hard for me to pinch and squeeze due to the weakness in my hands. And also, if the vent comes disconnected, I can't voice or speak. I thank you guys all for trying to help us, but producer Jennifer and we have already looked into so many different equipment. Producer Jennifer has been diligently researching to try to find any device that can help me. And again, you guys have to remember there's also the cost that's involved. Unfortunately, a lot of these things are not covered from insurance, and even if they are, your boy is denied, which I don't understand. This is again why, we are really working so hard to try to move myofibrillar myopathy because there are just so many aspects that should not be. Next week's live is when we're going to get into our discussion of AI and the different applications that are out there and why they may not necessarily be suitable for me. I am really so debilitated and so weak in my physical function that there's like a very small, limited pool of things that can actually benefit and help me. Anonym, nice to meet you. Welcome to the Heart Train. Guys, if you're new to the chat, welcome. My name is Christoph. It's so nice to meet you. I would love for you guys to subscribe and join us here on our platform, One Man, Three Hearts, and be a part of our Heart Family, Heart Train community. AP, what's up? Cat123, how are you? Dylan, what's going on? Guys, it's so good to see everybody tonight. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being with me as I continue to recover. Go Leafs go. I know it's very unsettling. And so when I saw my therapist today, my friend that I've known for years, Rochelle. How are you, Rochelle? Welcome, guys. Happy Tuesday. I was telling him, listen, I don't want you to take this personally, but I am pissed off. This cannot. I am so angry at the fact that I have survived the unimaginable and been through so much in my life. I've overcome hurdles and challenges and surgeries and, survived the impossible to only come close now to losing my life because of a malfunction in equipment? Come on, Dean. I said to him, the fact that the last time this occurred, my caregiver had to rig my equipment with rubber bands and, you know, he had to take like a cloth string for the one in the living room to secure it. It should not be. For my life support, for the device that I need to maintain my airway and my breathing, which is the first emergency that should be addressed in any medical situation is the airway. And I am going out with this risk all the time? Come on, Dean. I was like, and the fact that my caregiver was applauded because he secured the tubing with a rubber band was like a joke to me. That's not the answer. And again, I told him, I said, listen, as much as I love you guys, I will sue you into oblivion because this can't be. Anonymous says that looks painful. What Chris is going through right now. The most painful thing I've ever had was getting hospitalized because of typhus twice and dengue fevers that I lost count. Mosquitoes love me, I guess. Oh, Anonymous. Believe it or not, my trach tubing really doesn't bother me. But you could go check out my playlist and Does It Hurt video, which will explain a little bit more. JFK, what's going on? Welcome, buddy. How are you? Good to see you. So my therapist, he stayed today with us for several hours, looking at the machine, double checking everything, and he actually realized that one of the issues that may be occurring with my current ventilator that is portable is the fact that I keep it in a book bag so that it can be portable and hang on the back of my wheelchair. The issue with that is that the machine seems to be getting really hot and overheating in the backpack. And that can cause the plastic tubing that is attached to expand and contract. And when I'm not using the ventilator, it contracts and also causes wear and tear on the tubing. And that's why it's probably dislodging and coming off. The solution for that is two things. One is to change the vent tubing more frequently, and also the therapist told me, which I'm not sure why I was not told about this before, but there are apparently hooks that are attached on the ventilator and another attachment that goes on the wheelchair that can allow for the ventilator to hang on the back of my wheelchair without needing a backpack. Uh, Now, my therapist has been coming here, like I said, for about 14 years. I've been using the wheelchair for the last 7 of those 14 years. He, at no point, alerted me to the fact that keeping my ventilator in a backpack was probably not a good idea and that there were alternate measures that I could take advantage of. So I was again a little bit annoyed by that because it's like, why does it take me nearly dying and causing all this commotion for you to tell me something so basic that I should have known before? Alex! Alex says, hey guys, love you, Chris. Love you, Jennifer. I can't stay. There's some stuff going on right now. Okay, Alex, no problem. We wish you the best, and I hope that you are continuing to feel a little bit better each day. Guys, don't forget that this weekend, okay, our members will have the opportunity to take advantage of our free members access code to watch the short documentary for free starting on midnight on the 14th all the way through the 16th. So if you are a member, any of our membership tiers, you will have access to that free members only code. If you're not a member, you can join today. You wanna join my members? You wanna join my members? And then you can get access to watch the documentary for free, but you'll also have access to all of our members only perks for the rest of the month. So guys, please take advantage of that. You want to join my members? You want to join my members? Nyla and Alex, we love you. We love you so much. And then Sunday afternoon, we will be having a special Q&A, okay, which will be open to the public, but only our members will have the ability to ask questions about the short. Okay? So definitely, guys, take advantage now. Joining the boxcar is the best value for your money because you get a 2-for-1 special. You'll have access to the Eternal Hearts car as well as the boxcar. Alright, so when you're joining, just consider and think about that. Yes, our Real Housewives. Guys, on Thursday is going to be our members only Real Housewives Valentine's Day special. So if you guys want to come in and chill with me for Valentine's, you can also become a member and join us on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, you can also take advantage of the lowered price of my book, One Man, Three Hearts, Nine Lives. That's also available at our quick links in the bio. All of our support links are there. Now the book and the paperback and audiobook are available for just $9.99. And our ebook is available for $2.99. So guys, this is a week of gift back in honor of Heart Month. We are celebrating all of you as well as Heart Month, and really just would like to say thank you guys for your continued support in our mission to move MFM forward. We love to see all the digital swagger in the chat. Lavithia with her digital swag, Alex and Nyla with their digital swag. Again, guys, 99 cents. You know, it's a great opportunity. The short documentary was accepted into 6 film festivals and even nominated for Best Short Documentary and won. 23 minutes of absolutely powerful inspiration. And you'll be able to watch it, binge watch all weekend long, starting midnight on the 14th all the way through till the 16th. So the plan for me now, guys, moving forward, is to continue receiving antibiotics. I'm going to get antibiotics following my dialysis treatment tomorrow and then again on Friday, and then I will touch base with my doctor to see how he wants to move forward. Producer Jennifer says, can we achieve 200 members for the virtual theater event this weekend? Digital swagger, priority replies through February, and questions during the Q&A. You don't want to miss that. That is a deal that you can't possibly pass up. And also, guys, right now, my life truly depends on you, my Heart Train passengers. We need your support in this very moment to leap forward and really, truly make a difference. As you can see, just by this situation that occurred over the weekend, the illness that I'm dealing with now, I'm currently in a position where I can't move my hands at all. I can't lift my arms from where they're at. I can't wave to you guys. I can't signal. Nothing. So that just goes to show the urgency of my condition, my disease, and how quickly it's progressing. And, by joining up as a member, not only are you going to benefit by being able to watch the short documentary, but guys, please keep in mind that you're helping me navigate my phone and the platform with a lot more ease and give attention to those that really, really want it here on the platform. Our memberships allow me to focus on those people who want to interact with me in the comments, those people that really want to get to know more about my story and help to push our mission forward. So all of that is a part of it, and I really want you guys to know that along with producer Jennifer, we appreciate you immensely. We're so grateful for your guys' continued engagement here on the channel. As producer Jennifer always says to us, together we are stronger, but together is how we are victorious. Your collective support, whatever it may be, monetary or not, is really what helps propel us forward in our mission. So guys, keep it up, keep that momentum going. We would really appreciate if you are able to support, that you do so through our support quick links in the bio description. In particular, joining our memberships and visiting that GoFundMe link and making a generous donation. Chase Heasley! What's up, Chase? You just missed Paris. She literally was just laying here with me, and she went out into the living room to hang out with my caregiver. Levithia says I have watched the short documentary several times. It is truly inspirational. Thank you, Levithia. And you are inspirational too, my love. What's up, Chase? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Guys, you have now 3.5 days. 3.5 days to get your membership. Okay, this is an event you guys do not want to pass up. For just 99 cents, you can join the membership and have access to watch the short documentary for free. Again, guys, I am just currently diagnosed with pneumonia bronchitis for the third time. So I'm taking it easy, just, relaxing, and wanted to share you guys a little bit of an update as to what's been going on. I'm not going to push myself too much tonight because I don't want to overtire my lungs. They have been kind of sore with the bronchitis and the pneumonia. Have a lot of secretions backed up, but nonetheless, I told producer Jennifer that I wanted to check in with my fam and see all of you guys and let you guys know that even though I am dealing with this, I am okay. I'm going to make sure to rest and take care of myself, have lots of good nutrition. Producer Jennifer has suggested soup, and guys, that's like one of the best suggestions for something like this. It really warms your body, your soul. It's very soothing on the organs and on the stomach in particular. It's really like a warm hug. So, producer Jennifer, thank you for that suggestion. I will be enjoying that this week. And also making sure to rest, recoup, so that we can be strong for the 14th to the 16th for our free members only access code to watch the short documentary for free. Yes! To all of our new gifted members, which is approximately 25 of you, please drop in and say hi. The Heart Train wants to welcome you aboard. We are a fun ride and a smart ride. Chase usually says my dad and my brother have the flu, so I've been in trouble. Oh, Chase, so many people are sick. I have pneumonia, bronchitis. There's all kinds of respiratory infections going around. It's just that time of year right now. But Chase, I hope that your dad and your brother both feel better, and I hope that you stay safe and that you don't catch it. Thank you, Labithia. Thank you. Alright, guys, so before we wrap up, I just want to let you guys know once again that this weekend is going to be our members only access code to watch the short documentary for free. So you have up until the 14th at midnight, even after, but you want to get in the full experience. You want to join before then. You can join our members at the direct link in our bio description. It's among the support links. It says join our memberships. And you'll be able to watch the short documentary for free with the access code. Sunday afternoon, we will be having a public live Q&A, but only our members will be the ones that will have the opportunity to ask questions on that day. Okay? Also take advantage of the lowered price of my book, $9.99 for the paperback and the audiobook. $2.99 will be the price for our ebook. Members only live is Thursday. We're going to be celebrating the Valentine's Day special with our Real Housewives. So all of our members are welcome to join me at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Alright, guys, I want to thank you all so much for all of your well wishes, for joining me tonight, for your continued support in our mission to move myofibrillar myopathy forward. I want to give a big shout out to producer Jennifer Cascardo, producer of One Man Three Hearts Platforms, the co-content creator, marketing strategist, genius behind One Man Three Hearts, and our live stream moderator that holds it down here in all of our live stream chats. Guys, give it up for producer Jennifer Gascardo. Guys, as we wrap up, I'm just going to take my nightly meds, but give everybody a chance to say goodbye, sweet dreams, and show some love. Guys, don't forget, you still have time to like. You can also show some love and support by joining our memberships and also sending supers and rubies. Alright, guys, give me just a couple minutes. I'm going to take my 10 p.m. meds. Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys more than I can tell you. It really means a lot to see all of your comments, your messages. I'm gonna do my best to take some time to respond to you guys. But I do want you guys to know that I see you. And I love and appreciate you so, so very much. Have a great night, sweet dreams. Take care of yourselves, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week. And guys, don't forget to join my members. You want to join my members for the free rental code weekend. Giving back inspirational entertainment. Thank you guys. Have a great, great night. Sweet dreams. Good night, my middle spoon. Good night, Goldie Sco. Good night, Chase. Good night, everybody. Good night, Yvonne. Sweet dreams, honey. Good night, Jennifer.